Alright lads, we've got another episode of the Pars Roundup, this one, obviously. Looking forward to the derby game at the weekend, obviously, as you're watching this tomorrow. But aye, it's the derby game, and it's at East End Park this time. Obviously we faced them not too long ago at the Falkirk Stadium, and ran out pretty easy winners at that day. And it was quite a strange derby in a way, because it just didn't feel like one. The players on Falkirk's team just weren't really up to the task of a derby atmosphere, despite the fact that Falkirk had changed manager and had just got their first win the weekend before that at Alloa, and Ray McKinnon was obviously looking to make a statement as the new manager of Falkirk in this sort of game. It just wasn't anything like that on that day. We ran out and ended up just kind of dominating the vast majority of the game. Falkirk had probably one, maybe two chances at most, really proper chances in the game, and we ended up dominating the game, and it was a fantastic day. One of the best days so far this season, probably second best to the opening day against Dundee United at Tannadice, and that just proves the kind of home form that we've had, because the Dundee United game, obviously that was an away game, and it's probably the best day so far this season. Then you've got Falkirk away, which I mentioned there. It was probably the second best, and then you're probably looking at something like Dundee away in the Betfred Cup, even though it wasn't as big a deal at that time, because it turns out Dundee have been pretty poor so far this season. And then you're maybe looking at a game like Brecon, which was away as well. As far as home form goes, we've played against Ross County, Inverness, Partick Thistle, which obviously got the win. We've played Alloa twice there, once in the Cup and once in the league. And, I mean, it's been a pretty substandard kind of start in the home form side of it. And we've definitely heard a lot of stuff about wanting to improve our home form. And if you want to be at the top end of the league, I mean, we're 14 points off the top of the table already. And it's only just went into November. We've had a better start than we had in our first season back up in the Championship. At this point then, we were on about the same points that Falkirk are currently on. So to say that we're playing horrendous, it's not entirely true, because we're getting enough results to be able to do us by and get us enough points to be able to be in a decent enough position at the moment. But as I said, the home form obviously needs to be improved, because aside from Partick Thistle, we've not won a home league game yet. And even the Partick Thistle game itself, we latched onto that mistake from the Partick Thistle defender to get the winner that day. And the other home games, very kind of poor, very lethargic in a way, especially the early games against teams like Ross County, Inverness, etc., where those are the games that you're really wanting to show that you can do a job. Against Queen of the South, albeit we did dominate that game in large spells, but you came away with nothing for the game, and Queen of the South scored with a one shot on goal. And Alloa, we all know the frustrations that have come with those games. So we now move on to Falkirk at home, where it's a difficult one, because imagine if we lost this game. Imagine the seethe for all the Dunfermline fans if we went on and even conceded first in this game. It just wouldn't be a nice atmosphere at all. It has to be that we go in and get the first goal here and just settle any nerves for the start. There shouldn't be any nerves. The players should be bang up for this game, and I'm pretty sure they will be. I'm pretty sure the fans will be up for it as well, because every fan always is up for the derby. And I mean, it's going to be a passionate affair, and hopefully we can come out in the same result that we did when we went there just a few weeks ago, well, about a month ago now, but hopefully we can come away with a similar sort of performance and result. 3 points out of the 2 games that we've just played. I said it in last week's Pars Roundup that these 2 games were vital to get 6 points from, due to the fact that we do have a missing week coming up next week. We don't have any games to play because Ross County are involved in the Ironbrew Cup, and that was who we were scheduled to play. And then the week after we play Ross County away, which I won't be able to go to because I'm going to Blackpool. But aside from all that, this 2-game period was very vital for us to get maximum points from, due to the fact of who it was we were playing. Obviously the only teams that we've beaten recently are the current bottom 3, so you can look at it a lot of different ways. You can look at it at the fact that if we do go on and win these games, we now need to really improve against the other teams, and that's maybe the most obvious way to look at it and the easiest way to kind of sum it all up. But winning these games as well is vital, because if we win these games, and even if we have a completely bang average season, it would be great to just avoid relegation, because that is just the most negative thing that can happen to any club in any season. But of course, we've got big aspirations to go on and get into the playoffs this season, and if we can get there, especially after the sort of start we've had and the mood that's been around the Dunfermline camp in the last few months at least, it would be fantastic. So as far as my team goes this week, I'm going to go with the same team that finished against Alloa, but taking out Faisal and putting in Aidan Keena. So my lineup would be Robinson in goal, Williamson at right back, Devine and Ashcroft in centre half, and left back Jackson Longridge. On the right wing, linking up with Ryan Williamson, as they did relatively well coming off the bench against Alloa, and they played in the reserve match in the midweek and looked quite good in that as well. So I'm going to have Higgy on the right wing, I'm going to have Mallory Martin and Joe Thompson in the centre of the park. Left wing, I'm going to have Miles Hippolyte, and up front, Andy Ryan and Aidan Keena. Hopefully that'll do the business. It's definitely a strong team to put out, and let's be honest, we should be beating this Falkirk team. This Falkirk team, albeit they've kinda upped their game a bit in the last few weeks, they've got a draw with Ross County and they only got beat 1-0 at home from Ayr. So it's not exactly the exact same Falkirk team that we played just recently there in the last derby game, but still, we should have a better squad than them at this current time, and we should be going into this game with 100% confidence that we can get the 3 points that we vitally need to push us even closer to that elusive playoff spot, the promotion one. Get that relegation talk out the road. And that's it for this video, guys. Cheers for watching. Obviously this is a massive game, and I don't know how long this video is. I can't really tell right now because I've not edited it obviously, but hopefully it's long enough to kind of suit the derby game. Obviously it's a big game. It's kind of hard to judge this one because before every derby game, no matter how confident you are based on each team's ability, you're always kind of just a wee bit nervous that you could lose the game. And for us at this point, it would just send us straight back to square one, and it really would be a dampener on the full kind of vibe around Dunfermline recently, because we have been getting obviously that win against Alloa and we drew at Inverness, so it's been a wee kind of nice period for us, and a bad result here would completely deflate any of that. But cheers for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. Comment down below your score prediction or what you think about the upcoming game for Dunfermline, and subscribe for more of this type of content. And until the next video, which will obviously be the matchday vlog for Falkirk at home, which will be up on Saturday night, tomorrow night, I'll see you then. Cheers guys.